Imagine a world where instead of catching a cold, you catch an irresistible urge to dance. Sounds fun? Well, it happened in 1518 in the city of Strasbourg, now in modern-day France. In this peculiar world, a woman named Frau Trophia becomes the first to catch this contagious groove. Picture this: one summer day, Frau Trophia steps onto the cobblestone streets and begins to dance. No music, no rhythm, just an unyielding need to move her feet. As the days pass, her solo performance becomes a duet, then a trio, and before the week ends, there are 34 people dancing alongside Frau Trophia. The spectacle doesn't stop there. In a month, a whopping 400 individuals are caught in this rhythmless rhapsody. And no, they were not practicing for a flash mob. They were victims of what is now known as the dancing plague of 1518. Now, you might think, what's so bad about dancing? Well, imagine not being able to stop, day and night, rain or shine. In the scorching heat of summer or under the relentless downpour of rain, the victims danced on. Their bodies writhed in an uncontrollable rhythm, their feet pounding the cobblestones in a relentless beat. They were not dancing out of joy, but out of an inexplicable compulsion. This was not a merry jig or a celebratory waltz, it was a dance of despair. The physical toll was immense. The dancers were not athletes, they were ordinary people, and their bodies were not accustomed to such relentless exertion. They began to collapse from exhaustion, their hearts unable to keep up with the relentless rhythm. Many suffered heart attacks, their bodies finally giving out under the strain. Others simply dropped dead, their life force extinguished in a final, desperate twirl. And what did the authorities do? In a move that would make even the most jaded bureaucrat scratch their head, they encouraged more dancing. They believed in their infinite wisdom that the only way to cure this dancing fever was, well, more dancing. They even went as far as to hire musicians to keep the beat going and built stages to accommodate the growing number of dancers. But as you can imagine, this only made things worse. The music and the stages only fed the frenzy, pushing the dancers to even greater extremes. The death toll rose, and the city was filled with the eerie sound of incessant music and the sight of lifeless bodies strewn across the dance floor. It was a sight that would make even the most stoic observer shudder. The streets of Strasbourg were not filled with the joyous sounds of a festival or the rhythmic beats of a communal dance. Instead, they echoed with the haunting melody of despair, the eerie rhythm of a dance that no one wanted to join. It was not a scene out of Dancing with the Stars. It was a dance of despair. So what caused this strange plague? Was it a case of Saturday night fever gone horribly wrong? Let's delve into the theories that historians, scientists, and psychologists have proposed over the years. One of the most popular theories is mass hysteria. The idea is that in a time of high stress and tension, people may start to mimic a behavior they've seen, creating a domino effect. Imagine a medieval flash mob, but with less choreography and more, well, desperation. Then there's the religious cult theory. Some believe that the dancers were members of a heretical sect performing a ritualistic dance of penance, but it's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? I mean, if you were trying to win over the locals, wouldn't you pick a less exhausting form of worship? Now, moving on to a more supernatural explanation, the curse theory. It's said that some people believed they were cursed by St. Vitus, a patron saint of dancers. Now, I've heard of dance-offs, but dance curses? That's a new one. Finally, we have the ergotism theory. Ergot is a type of fungus that grows on rye and can cause hallucinations when ingested. Some scientists theorize that the dancers may have eaten bread contaminated with this fungus. So, in a way, they were on a medieval trip, dancing their woes away. But here's the catch. None of these theories fully explain the events of 1518. Mass hysteria usually subsides quickly. Religious cults don't typically dance themselves to death. Curses are hard to prove, and ergotism would likely have caused other symptoms not reported in this case. In the end, we may never know the exact cause of the dancing plague of 1518, but isn't that what makes it so fascinating? We're left to ponder and theorize, to marvel at the mysteries of the past. Whatever the cause, it remains one of the most bizarre incidents in medical history. So when did the music stop? When did this strange dance marathon finally end? In a twist as peculiar as the event itself, the dancing plague of 1518 ended as abruptly as it began. There were no grand finales, no last waltzes, there was no definitive end date, but it's generally agreed that by the early days of September, the compulsive dance had ceased. People, as if waking from a trance, gradually halted their tireless jig, their feet finally resting from the relentless rhythm that had consumed them. The aftermath was as eerie as the event itself. Streets that once echoed with the ceaseless patter of dancing feet fell silent. Strasbourg resumed its regular rhythm, the bizarre dance marathon fading into the annals of the city's history. The dancing plague, a phenomenon that confounded contemporary observers and continues to puzzle historians today, serves as a stark reminder of the mysteries of the mind and the fragility of the human condition. It underscores our vulnerability to forces beyond our understanding, and yet it also highlights our resilience, our ability to endure even the strangest of circumstances. The dancing plague of 1518 remains a mystery, a bizarre footnote in our history, reminding us that sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction. It whispers to us from the past, a haunting melody that lingers long after the music has stopped. It serves as a testament to the inexplicable, the unexplained, the utterly extraordinary. So, intrigued by the strange tales of the past, if you've enjoyed this whirl around the dance floor of history, why not join our community? We're always digging up the most intriguing, mysterious, and downright bizarre historical events to share with you. By subscribing to our channel, you'll be the first to unravel the mysteries of history with us. Don't miss out on the dance of history. Subscribe to our channel and keep in step with the fascinating rhythm of our past. Until the next mystery, stay curious and keep exploring.